Hello, hello, hello. Amazing, incredible, Saturday Gigantic. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. This is a big Saturday. We have an amazing lineup of shows for you. We got, of course, Space Time First Contact, which is Captain Jeff checking out the universe and seeing all the amazing people inside. And then we've got the series finale. Whoa, alarms, air horns. Series finale of Next in Line. The final episode. You got to check this out. If you've missed any episodes previously, they're all on our YouTube. Go back in time or to the playlist and just watch them all to catch up for this series finale. You don't have enough time to watch them all before, but then, you could see bits of it, I guess. That wouldn't help. Anyway, that's not all. We've got Villain Stand-Up online with Anastasia Pavlinskaya, the very best. And she's got amazing stand-ups for you tonight, so please do check it all out. We're going to be starting off first tonight with Space Time First Contact, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say, oh my God, please do this. Register to vote. My goodness. And this is Space Time First Contact.
There we go. It's on. Yes. Okay. Space Time First Contact. Here we go. Captain Jeff here. Not really a captain. They make me say that. But it is day 560 up here in the beacon. All alone up in outer space, cataloging all the life forms in the universe. At least all the ones that I can get to. For the great Space Wikipedia. Their entries don't write themselves. So I gotta do it. But you know that because this recording is going straight to you, my bosses. Speaking of which, I realize this is the day of my deadline. I know I was supposed to get 3 done this week. I haven't done any of them yet, but I'm gonna do them all at once today. I procrastinated this week, but I have a good reason, okay? I realized that I could teach myself to juggle. Yeah, that's right. I spent the week learning to juggle, and I think I got pretty good at it. I'm going to prove it so you can make sure that there's a good reason I procrastinated. Watch this. Ready? Here we go. Ready? 1, 2. Whoa. Whoa. See? Haha. That's in 1 week. That's in 1 week. So you think it was a week wasted. I say it was a week well spent, and I'm going to get them all done right now. So let's just jump right into it. Let's bring up the very first lifetime. It feels like a lifetime. The first life form. It's going to be, who is this? Francine from Planet Blinds.
Why?
Yeah. Hi, Francine. I'm Captain Jeff. Not really a captain. They make me say that. I'm here to interview you for your entry in Wikipedia.
Oh, an interview. An interview. Everyone's always wondering about my life. Just so much, but what do you want to know?
I mean, I want to know everything about you. You're from Planet Blinds?
I'm from Planet Blinds. The way it works is that everyone on Planet Blinds, we look into each other's houses. There are no outsides. There are just, our houses, looking into each other's houses. But I'm a mother. I'm a nude painter. As you can see the nudes. I mean, there's a lot going on in my life.
Wait. You're a nude painter? Like you paint nude people, or you paint with nude colors?
Oh, nude colors and nude people. I mean, well, I can't show you the nude people right now. But I mean,
it would be yourself. It would be yourself. You paint nude of yourself, or you paint whatever.
Oh yeah, I heard that on Earth they send like naked selfies and stuff like that. No, we paint. I'm a painter.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's cool. So everyone's blinds are just looking into each other's houses. So it's a pretty nosy world, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. Very nosy. I mean, the thing is, people make too much noise because they always want to see what's going on inside my house, inside Francine's house. They're like, she's a mother, she's a painter. Like, what's going on with her? You're not the first person who wants to know anything about me.
I mean, I'm not being nosy. I'm just trying to document every life form in the universe. It's a big project, Space Wikipedia.
I always tell people, you ain't peeking if you're squeaking, and you're squeaking a lot, boy.
I mean, Francine, it seems like if your blinds are open, it's a two-way look, like you must be looking in other people's houses too.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know everything. I mean, the thing is, you gotta look. I mean, who else? I gotta paint other nudes too. Like, it's not weird.
Do you paint your nude neighbors without them knowing?
Oh no, they know. Okay. They know. Disgusting. That's illegal no matter what planet you're on.
It's not necessarily disgusting. Maybe it's just what you do on Planet Blinds. I don't know.
No, consent is universal. Consent is universal.
Absolutely. But what's not universal? Clothes. A lot of planets that are dominated just by animals, they never invent clothes. It turns out you can go through evolution, get to intelligent life, and the whole clothes thing never happens. Like, never comes up. So.
I was naked all the time until I became a mother. And then my boy was like, Mom, I'm trying to see other ladies naked, not you. And I'm like,
that
okay.
Makes sense. Boys, yeah. How many kids you got?
Sorry, I got one. He's my little boy, Anthony.
Little Anthony.
He's a good boy. About 17 years ago, I decided to leave my pod, go to another pod, just to make, something else. I'm so great. I needed something else. I wanted a little girl, but you can't pick it.
Gotcha. Well, that's pretty great. So, you're a painter. This is great. What's Anthony up to? Does he live at home still, or is he older?
Oh, Anthony is a complete lazy nincompoop. I ask him, I'm like, pick up your food. He eats on the floor like he's a space dog. I mean, it's
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, sounds like a nice.
It says, today I'll do absolutely nothing, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, Anthony. You lazy piece of shit.
Well, all right. I mean, if your blinds are all open, he can hear you. So
he hears me. Shut up. It's Mommy's time. Mommy's getting an interview.
All right, Francine, I got to ask you a very important question that just seems obvious to me, and maybe it's overreaching. Have you ever thought to just close the blinds?
Oh yeah, I mean, you think to close the blinds, but then you say to yourself, then you can't see what's going on. And what if in the next pod over, what if the communists spread all the way to space? I hear on Earth it was horrible, but in space it's very popular. And I don't want my neighbors being commies.
Wow. So if everybody's watching everyone all the time, you all know what's going on. Have you ever heard of a panopticon?
What did you call me?
No, it's an Earth philosophy thing, but it sounds like your life. That's pretty crazy. Anyway, Francine, hold on one second, because I was learning to juggle this week, so I fell behind on my work. So I'm gonna actually have to.
Oh yeah, when you juggle, you struggle. I always tell Anthony that. Shut up, Anthony. This is Mommy's time. Sorry.
Well,
I'm
alone in the beacon, so I got to find ways to entertain myself. Otherwise, you go a little woo. Anyway, let me bring up the next life form. Their name is Millie, and they're from planet Perpetuum. Planet Perpetuum, Millie. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, Millie. This is Captain Jeff. Not really Captain, they make me say that, but from Space Wikipedia. I'm here to write your entry. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Millie, and I'm from planet Perpetuum. You pronounced it incorrectly. It's Perpetuum.
My apologies. Perpetuum. Yes, got it. So tell me about yourself. What do you do, Millie?
Well, I am an expert matchmaker, and I also organize the annexation and occupation of other planets.
Wow, those are very different things. But okay, so wait, as a matchmaker, that's like finding people like romantic partners? Is that what that means?
Well, yes. On these foreign planets, that's how we occupy and annex.
That makes sense. I have to ask, just because one time, a couple years ago, I wrote an entire entry on a matchmaker, and it turns out they actually were manufacturing matches. And so it was I had to throw the whole entry out, and it was a complete waste of time. So I know now I got to ask, right? So that's pretty exciting. But you also work in annexing planets. Those seem totally different. How did you get into both of those?
It's actually very common. You're from the planet Earth, are you?
Yes. Yeah, originally.
Yes, Earth. Oh my. I remember when Earth was born, such a beautiful planet it was. But a lot of Earth's inhabitants are from our planet.
Really? Really? What, from Planet Perpetuum?
Yes.
Huh. So Earth's full of alien life without them knowing it?
Well, I mean, one thing you should know about Planet Perpetuum is we're also immortal. So people like, have you heard of Michael Jackson?
Yes.
He was from Planet Perpetuum.
Oh, but he died.
Well, that's the thing. You're right. He died. But did he really?
You're telling me that Michael Jackson is alive somewhere in the universe?
Yes. Yes, he lives in all of us.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all know how to like moonwalk in our socks in our living rooms, but like, you're telling me he's actually alive somewhere, that he didn't die, he just left Earth and went back to Perpetuum?
You didn't hear it from me, but yes, he's currently here in Perpetuum.
Millie, I gotta ask, do you date, or are you just hooking people up and doing all that?
Well, you know, back when I was 2 billion years old, it was one thing that I truly enjoyed, but no, lately I've been very busy.
Oh, well, you know, I got a son named Anthony, and I think he'd be great with an older woman. I think it'd be a great thing. Please get him out of my house.
Okay, well, I will look and see if there are any suitors available.
That's it, Millie. From your demeanor, I mean, you seem very classy. I bet you your services don't come cheap.
No, they don't.
How much does it cost? Like, what's the rate?
Francine's an expensive broad. I mean, I know I got the money.
Oh no, I'm not assuming, Francine. It's all just for the entry. You know, I mean, I'm just.
Well, yeah. It'll cost you your planet.
Oh, my planet. It's a piece of shit planet either way. Oh my goodness. I just love your charisma, your energy.
Thank you. And you know, Francine, is it?
Francine? Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the art, so I'd love to see some of your artwork whenever you're available.
Well, I think this captain might be a little bit blushing if I show him my nude artwork. So I'm just.
Yeah, well, I mean,
sweetie.
I've seen nude art before. Okay, I've been to a museum, and there's lots of nude art in the museums. All of them. The Earthlings loved nude art for most of history. It was just like, there wasn't pornography yet, so they would just like sculpt naked people all over the place, and then they would look at them with each other. I don't know. I think that's my theory, but it was art, you know?
That sounds like how my neighbors look at me.
Right. Well, anyway, Millie, so have you done any like famous matches that like I would know about, especially if some of the Earthlings, in fact, are from your planet?
Yes. Are you familiar with, let's see. Well, I don't, Captain Jeff, I don't like to name drop. I just feel it's tacky. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't have to put in the entry. I'm just curious.
Okay. If it stays between us.
I love the gossip. It stays with me too.
And Francine, she's great with gossip. I can tell.
So, do you know Demi Moore?
Yeah.
And Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, I remember them.
No, that was me.
Wow. Wow.
Big fan of your services.
Incredible. Yeah. I mean, there's, wow. Okay. Well, you were blowing my mind, Millie. But actually, I spent the week learning to juggle, so I procrastinated. I know I've already said that, but you haven't heard it yet. I'm going to bring on a third life form, but we can do these all at the same time. I mean, honestly, it's not that hard to write these entries. I can do them really fast, so it's procrastinating, but I kind of do it on purpose. Anyway, let me bring up the third life form here. Pulling up the space-time cue. It is going to be Mirage from planet Catron. Oh, hi, Mirage. I am Captain Jeff from Space Wikipedia. Not really Captain. Do make me say that. I'm here to write your entry. Can you introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Mirage. I've been looking for you for some time.
For me?
We'll see how it goes.
Yes.
Oh, well, here I am. I mean, that's weird. Why were you looking for me?
You seem to have vaporized the oceans of my planet, and I have been looking for Smokey ever since.
I don't think I vaporized anything. I mean, I'm just a employee of Space Wikipedia. What do you mean?
Space
It's gonna be a
Anastasia,
little tougher
maybe?
to come by this season.
No, Space
Oh, God.
Wikipedia. It's just a big online database of like everything. You know, we write articles from let's see, what's our slogan again? Oh my God, it's been so long I've been up here. Oh right, it's from bed knobs to bugs. I think that was being workshopped, but we have articles on everything. That's the point.
All right. Well, I think I got the wrong captain, but I maybe you could help me out then. I'm looking for my pet Smokey. After Captain Jeff vaporized our ocean, he ran off, and I'm very sad because Smokey is one of my best friends.
Oh,
You can see him there.
Oh,
My goodness, that is adorable.
wow!
I haven't seen his cries.
That is such. I am so sorry to hear that. I am so Smokey looks adorable.
Also,
What
you
is
are so
what?
handsome.
Yeah. So Smokey is just missing, or you think Captain Jeff might have, whatever the other Captain Jeff is, might have taken Smokey?
Well, I'm not sure because I put a tracking beacon in him, and
Yeah.
I've been trying to track him, but it seems like
Whoa.
it's going in circles, and I don't know where he is.
What is that? That is one of the coolest things I've seen. That's a tracking beacon?
It's a tracking beacon.
Holy
Smokey
cow.
has one around his neck.
I
It's
don't even
very
know
tiny.
what am I looking at? That is the coolest tracking beacon I've ever seen. That's amazing. And that's around his neck and you can tell where he is?
Yes, a very tiny one is in his neck. You can't really see it, but I really would like to track him. I've been really lonely without him. It is a desert planet after all. Everyone left, but I've been looking.
you're the
Wow.
only one on your planet?
Could you repeat that? That the signal was apparently interfered with.
You said Mirage, is it?
Yes.
You're the only one on your planet?
I stayed behind. I'm in the ship now. It has accommodation.
Is
Uh,
it
What
food,
kind of
water.
accommodations?
But it doesn't have Smokey.
Maybe Mirage, or sorry, not Mirage, maybe Millie, you're a matchmaker. You've got to be good at like finding things. Maybe you can help find his pet?
Well, I can find someone for him, of course, in exchange for that deserted planet of yours.
Well, it's just sand after it was raped of its oceans. What would you want of my planet?
Well, obviously there's a vast, rich air supply, correct?
Indeed. And in fact, I am willing for you to track him down. You can have the entire air supply. I can flee to Nebulon, where the other people came.
I know one thing. I lost a dog once when I was a kid, and I know one thing is true. In order to find them, you got to think like them. So what's something that your pet really liked to do? Like what's something you used to do together?
He liked to play fetch, and as I would throw the bone into the air, he would light it afire, and it would come crashing down, and then he would not bring it back, but he would laugh at me.
There, that's a start. Sure.
I miss those days.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was his name again? The pet?
Smokey.
Smokey, right? Smokey. I kept forgetting that. Smokey's adorable. All right. Well, anyway, I'm getting so distracted. Mirage, what do you do on your planet? I mean, I understand what happened to you, but what's your deal?
I was formerly head of state, and I couldn't go down with the planet. Well, I did go down with the planet. I just kind of stayed as the oceans dried up. But lots of salt on our planet now. But yeah, I just stayed behind because I was looking for Smokey.
Yeah,
He's everything.
That's quite a position to abandon. Head of state. That's pretty high up. Wow. Okay. Well, I didn't realize we were speaking to such a respected official.
A man in uniform.
Yes.
Control yourself. All right.
I'm already having hot flashes.
It's been said that our men here are very good at lasting for a very long time.
Oh my
even in the
god.
desert.
Anthony, get out of the room.
Wow. So yeah. So you don't,
I mean, if you don't find Smokey, I mean, you have another piece of smoking business going on right here.
I'm liking it. I am.
I gotta say, Mirage, I get you. You know, I mean, I understand what it's like to be alone. I've been up here for 560 Earth days so far, and I've got a lot of days to go on my contract, and I'm all by myself. You know, this is like the only interaction I get every week. So I understand. It's a little tough. I don't think you would get it, Francine. I mean, you're on a planet where everyone's looking at each other all the time, and Millie, you seem like you're social.
I can get along with. I understand things.
You know what it feels like to be alone, Francine?
Oh yeah, I mean, before I had Anthony, get that out of your mouth. Before I had Anthony, I mean, I was very alone. So even
Yeah,
when
you
all the
neighbor.
eyes are on you, it can still be very lonely.
Is Anthony your pet?
Anthony is my son, and he's also a moron. I regret having you. It's just, it's you can't pick them. They just happen.
Francine, that's kind of mean.
I mean, he's fine. It's fun. Yeah, he just gave me a thumbs up. It was more of like, thumbs ups are middle fingers on my planet, but it's okay.
You might have someone for Anthony.
Oh my goodness! Get him out of my house.
How tall is he?
Oh, Anthony, sweetie. I mean, he is like 6'1". He's a good-looking boy. I mean, duh.
Yes. If you send me the coordinates to your planet, I'll be there shortly.
Jesus, I knew you were real.
Wait, Francine, think about what you're doing here for a second, though. This is potentially very dangerous. I don't know Millie. I mean, this is the first time we've met, but it seems like she makes the match and then takes your whole world away. So are you willing to do that just to marry off your son?
I mean, yeah, it's like he is my whole world. So I mean, I love him even though he is just a pain in the ass. But yes, I could take away. Yeah.
Wow.
I will tell you what. You
Mommy
do not
needs
have to
a garage.
sacrifice. You do not have to sacrifice your planet. I will sacrifice my planet of sand for your Anthony.
Oh my God. Anthony, I think you have a stepdaddy.
Well, I can take both of your planets.
No, just one will do. It's sandy. It doesn't need to be
Okay,
taken.
but if you could get
The other
Smokey also in the deal, then maybe you should take both planets. I don't know why I'm helping you. I don't know. That just seemed like the right deal.
Have you checked one of those cabinets behind you?
I don't know, but I did hear a sound, and I'm going to look. The cabinet, it is the last remaining wood on my planet after it was vaporized.
Right? No,
Only sand and this wood in this ship. But I am going to look, because I heard a sound in the Arboretum, and I will be back.
God, I love a man who gardens. This
Mirage.
is so good. This is the best interview I've been on.
He's so serious, though. I mean, he's going to look for his pet. He's like, I am Mirage. I am so serious.
Oh my goodness, that is like
Wait a
Anthony
second, look.
too.
Wait, Smokey, is that you?
Oh my goodness.
Smokey, stay right there. Smokey, stay right there. I'm Captain Jeff, not really a captain. I'm going to write an entry on you as well, because this is great, because then I'll have actually a little bit extra ready for next week.
Hide and seek. It's good. It's fine. It's hide and seek.
It's hide and seek.
Not
No,
see me.
Mirage is looking for you, Smokey.
Oh, well, that sucks because, if he finds me, that means I'm going to be in big trouble.
Why? What'd you do?
I kind of made a deal with Captain Jeff to vaporize the ocean so we could just be alone together. But then I found out that, that meant everybody died.
Oh, Smokey. That other Captain Jeff he sounds like a handsome but really bad guy. So that was maybe a really bad deal.
Bad deal. And he has the worst porn ever.
Well, maybe you should just apologize, like if you say you're sorry and admit what you did, and I'm sure it'll be okay. Mirage really seems to love you. He really, like, he misses you.
I feel very sad about this. You have made Smokey very sad.
Millie, you're in psychology. What do you say to Smokey?
Well, I would tell you to. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. So the fact that you vaporized the planet, don't worry about it. He'll get over it.
Well, I technically didn't do it. It was Captain Jeff.
Well,
Aren't you?
Not me. Just to clarify, not me. The evil me.
Well, it wasn't you, was
No,
it?
there's a multiverse of. It was a multiverse. I actually interviewed this guy. It's a different captain. It's not me.
How often do you call your mother?
Me?
She's dead.
Oh.
All of you seem. I mean, you especially, Smokey. You
Yeah.
should.
So one little secret. He's coming back. He doesn't know that I talk. Okay. He doesn't know I speak. So shut the fuck up and don't tell the motherfucker that I speak.
Wait, what? I can't keep that kind of thing secret? Oh, crap. Okay.
I mean, I can't keep a secret from my future love.
You know what I just found?
What?
Smokey.
Yeah, see,
Oh my goodness. I have found him. He's with
that's
us
fantastic. That's fantastic, Mirage. That's really good.
now. Oh, Smokey. My poor Smokey.
Okay.
How in the world could I have lived without you? Where were you this whole time? Ah, I wish he could talk. Oh,
He can talk.
what? I don't think so. Is that right, Smokey? You would tell me if you could talk, wouldn't you? See,
On our planet, we have little use for trivial things like secrets, so we tell everyone the truth, and he can talk.
This is why I should not do these all at once. Dang it, the juggling though. It's just
It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, even if I lose my husband in this process, it's just seeing this unfold. You are so honest. I love it.
It's important.
yeah. All right, well, I got to wrap this up actually because my deadline is like fast approaching. So I'm going to go around and ask if there's anything that I missed from any of your entries. I think I got most everything. It's a lot of good stuff. I'm going to start with you, Millie. The thing about Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore, blew my mind. I can't believe that that's real. Anything else that I should know about you?
On the planet Earth, the future is female. So we need to occupy and annex every single planet we can find. So if you know of any other planets and life forms that are interested, please let me know.
Okay, I will. That sounds a little intimidating, and I don't know if I trust you. But okay, I'll keep your contact. Francine, is there anything that I missed from you?
Well, I just want to say that Mirage, I'm over it, and just some words of advice from a mother. It's rude to look at people when they're nude. So.
But that's literally all you do. You said that's your whole.
I can do it, but no one else can. Do you get it?
Wow, your planet sounds like my nightmare. I'm not gonna lie, Francine, but that's
You
great.
don't get it.
That's great that you're happy there. That's good. And then
Shut up, Anthony.
finally, Mirage, is there anything that I missed from you? Congratulations on getting Smokey back.
I'm a little sad now because I was picturing a future with Francine, but she has now broken those dreams. I will go back to the single life and move to a planet where there are available females.
Yeah, maybe you should meet back up with the rest of your planet. I think that'd be good. And then, actually, one more thing, Smokey. Is there anything else that I should put in your entry? Because I'm writing the entry up.
Peace out, motherfuckers.
All right, space time out. Here we go.
Welcome everybody to week 5 and the final episode of Next in Line. That's right, you've made it this far. We've all made it this far. 5 weeks. My goodness, it's been over a month as we've seen competitors try and become the next ruler of Arin with points, challenges, and all sorts of drama. A pig died, alcohol was stolen, a fairy was drugged up. It was just so much insanity happening. I can't believe it. I wish to get the entire cast into the living room. Please join me. Hello. Hello. Welcome back.
Hey, Flynn.
Hi. Hello. Who said that, by the way? It's just, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. It's that someone said hi to me and I...
Me, Teddy.
Oh, there you are, Teddy. Hello. I hope...
I ask that you just lower your voice a little bit. I have a blistering headache today, and you're talking...
Oh, do you, Gwen?
Yeah.
Have you had a week-long hangover?
Yes. I don't know. I don't go to the apothecary. I don't even drink coffee or anything that would pep me up. I try to live a very natural life, but I don't know.
Well, it's a shame that you feel this way. Hopefully you feel better by the end of the day. Remember that it's a very big day. It's week 5. Today's when we find out who wins this competition. And I'm looking at your faces, and it doesn't look like there's a lot of excitement. Dog fan, you have made so many strides. What's going on?
I don't believe in anything anymore, Mr. Flynn, but myself. So I'm determined to, well, make the best of it and crush the competition.
What happened to your beautiful raspberry beret?
I destroyed it in a fire.
Oh. And why?
Well, I'd like not to get into it, Mr. Flynn, but there are powers in this house that do only but betray.
Oh, you must be talking about one of these people. Maybe Queen Rabinka? But
Wait a minute.
We'll get to
Why am I always accused?
We'll get to you. Cassie, you come into this competition, this week's competition, with 5 points in the lead. How are you feeling, Miss Frank?
Absolutely confident in all my skills and everything I have to prove. Absolutely.
Yes? You feel like you're gonna end today the winner?
At this point, maybe Flynn Wolfbane. Maybe.
Maybe indeed. All right. Now we got a bit serious. Queen Rabinka. Or should I say, just Rabinka.
Queen Rabinka is quite confident that she will show the ruler that she is in the competition today, which you have not laid out yet what exactly it is, but I'm confident.
No, I haven't. You're right.
Rise to the top.
You're right. I haven't laid out the competition because I feel like there's something that needs to be addressed right now. There's something disturbing that I saw at the end of the last episode that I feel everyone needs to know before we start the competition. A confession was made by one Rabinka that even I didn't know. She's not a real queen.
What the What?
I knew it.
What?
She doesn't act like royalty. I've been around royalty my entire life.
Rabinka, what's he saying? He sounds a little mad right now. Rabinka, can you just clarify it?
Oh, right. I can't live with this anymore.
Well,
okay, it's been 5 weeks of total stress trying to keep up this. I can't anymore, okay? I'm not a queen. And there is no Lackawanna land. So I don't have 5 acres to give you, Cassie. As much as I like you, it just is a lie. I am from the land of Crusherville. My father, Clagmire, is the milliner. to the king. All right? So, you know, when I made you that raspberry beret, dog fan, it was my best skill. I am a hat maker. That is my trade, my true profession.
How many does she have?
It's
Yeah, so
like a
many.
nesting doll of hats.
I'm so glad that's off my chest. You don't know how hard that was to live with.
What? What?
Rabinka! Ha! Rabinka!
Strutting around telling us that you deserve all these points and that you're gonna win because you're queen. All this time you've been lying, you expect us to be happy for you that that's off your chest?
So some people were upset. What did they expect? This is a competition.
A superb acting job. I mean, Rabinka. My God. If I had an award, I would create an entire academy that would criticize on the art of acting, and I would personally give you the award because you are the world's biggest liar.
I knew something was wrong from the get-go, but like a true artist, that performance was a performance of the lifetime. I mean, 5 weeks without any of us knowing. Maybe she should be queen because we're all just making it up.
She was gonna give me land. I've told somebody that I'd pay them back within 2 hours. It took me 2 years.
My father always said I would grow up to be someone. Yes, he may be a lowly hat maker, and he may have taught me his trade, and I may be an excellent hat maker, but I was destined to be so much more.
Now that we've gotten that out of the way, I best tell you exactly how things are going to go today.
She's still in the competition.
Correct? She's still in the competition and she still has points. Despite her lying, she still competed with you. And she earned points. So we can't just disavow her. We must actually embrace her.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
Embrace a liar. Embrace a bold-faced liar.
Now, Dogfen, let's not cast stones just yet because mayhaps everyone here has lied about something. Today's competition is going to be a bit different. We're going to start the competition right away. That's right. And then, as I deliberate, you will have one final dinner as prepared by yours truly. Understand that today's competition, I have nothing to do with. In fact, you all have everything to do with this competition. It's time to determine whether you're a proper ruler by addressing your own issues. Do you know anything about people here truly? We are going to play something I like to call a hot seat, where one of you will be sat in the middle as the others prod you with questions. Truly find out who you are and whether you can be a ruler of the land of Arin. On the hot seat is Brent. Now, this is how it's going to go. Each of you will ask one question of Brent that he is forced to answer truthfully. Whether you believe him or not, that's a different story. Let the questioning begin.
You've fallen in love with Gwen, you've written poems. But have you ever fallen in love before? How did that work out for you?
I'm really gonna say this. I was married once. Yeah, she passed from the plague about 6 months ago. She was the love of my life.
Lover from 6 months ago? That's convenient. And now all of a sudden he's throwing himself at Gwen. Don't buy it. Don't buy it, no. He's a liar.
Mr. Brent, is there anything that you have, well, killed with your bare hands and perhaps lied about?
No. No, I stepped on critters and stuff. Never an animal. Unlike some people.
Right.
He certainly got you, Dogfin.
You know what you've done, Brent. You know what you've pinned on other people. You know the lies that you've told.
Brent, I've noticed that you are embracing your inner artist. How will you balance your emerging haiku career with the toll and duties that a ruler must complete?
Yeah, that's a great question. Oh, you just asked the best questions, don't you?
Answer the question, Brent.
All right. Yeah, if you don't have an outlet in which to express yourself, then you're just chained, right? Some people just live in these chains and they're never going to break free. And I found haikus and I think I can finally be free.
Brent is quite passionate, isn't he? If he's just lost a love, is he truly ready to take on another love?
Well, I tried to help Brent, indirectly, of course. I mean, by having Cassie steal his alcohol, that was kind of trying to help him.
Wow. I think some people might not like me.
All right, I've been questioned before.
Cassiopeia, would you say that if someone weren't able to help you as king, that you would then blame them, perhaps execute them?
It depends.
It's a yes or no. This one's simple for you, Cassiopeia. I demand justice for your hatred towards me.
I would absolutely murder somebody who didn't help me.
So I think forgiveness is a good step of any ruler. I'm afraid we both don't share it.
Okay, look, I'm sorry about the 5 acres and Lackawanna that doesn't...
Now is not the time for apologies. Just
It's a question! It's a question. I am sorry, Cassie. But do you have it in your heart, if you were ruler, to be forgiving?
I do find that I can be forgiving. You know, I've told some lies before, and Rabinka, I think we forged a friendship at the end there that can be held up to a standard of survival.
I mean, I come from the streets like she does, and I understand how it is. So, she has my support if she wins.
You are, by your own admission, a thief. Why should a thief be ruler of an entire land of people? And part 2 of the question, how can we be sure that you will not steal more from the people?
I appreciate that question, Gwendolyn, because it brings up a lot of points about my past. I think I was driven to thievery out of necessity. I think the qualities that I've learned from thieverizing or thievery is just a type of qualities that you can't find anywhere else. I have access and abilities to help my family in need by thievery. So,
bravo, Cassie, bravo.
Thank you.
The concept of thieverizing is one that is quite admirable indeed.
I don't know. There's something really respectful about someone who says, yes, this is how I am, and no, I don't care if you don't like me.
She's settled in her ways. And she's always going to be greedy for the sake of it. I think she's the worst one of all of us. I mean, she'd make a good ruler in like a Genghis Khan kind of way.
My answers were clean. I hope I win this one.
You've claimed to be, well, the smartest here, along with myself in private. Would you attest to that, claiming us as the 2 smartest people in front of everyone, as to perhaps demean them?
I don't use my intelligence as a means to demean, but I think it's important to be honest. And while I might have said I was the smartest, really, I think you are, Dogfin.
Yeah, well, I was shocked. I mean, she absolutely disarmed me.
Do you love me? Yes or no?
I love all kinds of people.
Very nice. Next, Teddy, please.
Gwendolyn, you are admittedly one of the smartest people I know. So I want to know how you are going to apply your knowledge to the throne.
If I was ruler, I would, I don't know, come up with something where people go every day to learn things. Maybe a school?
Do you think you're gonna have time for someone like me if you become ruler?
That's it.
I think that it's important for a ruler to be a full-fledged person. And I want children one day, and I want to be with someone for the long haul. I think it's important to be wary of picking a partner too quickly.
Her whole family are ladies in waiting, and that's what they will always be, in waiting. When I ask her, do you see a life with me? The answer that she said was, we'll see. The real answer, and we all know it, is that you get married to join kingdoms and to become more powerful. It's political.
At first I was hurt, but she also ripped apart Brent, so that's something that I can look forward to.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like what the monks did. You know, just being hermits and just claiming that cleverness is, or the key to all life. This robe is so stupid.
All these men that want the attention on them, you know, how they're feeling. Do you love me, Gwendolyn? My genitalia is so small. You know what? She's more than that. Clearly.
I just don't believe in my short age I should make decisions about what I'm going to do for the rest of my life personally. I hope that doesn't offend, but if it does, then that's how it is, you know? The cook at my old kingdom used to say, to make an omelet, you have to crack a few eggs. Some of these people are eggs.
Dog fought, you know, everyone here has seen you from the beginning of this competition to now. And I think it's worth asking, would you be able to make a decision in less than 2 hours?
Yes, well, I feel like I've been a hotcake, just flipping and flopping and flipping and flopping and flipping again. And I understand that that is not conducive of a good decision maker, but I do believe that consideration is something that I hold very dear, and perhaps I might be able to make...
You couldn't answer this in less than 2 hours?
We all know that your mind is expansive and full of knowledge. However, you have given up what you came in here with, your religion. So how do we know that you as ruler will not give up on us this land?
Well, I might have given up on what I came in with, but I have not given up on what I wanted to begin with, which was to serve people, to be friends.
Dogfig is going to have to wear a crown, and will his head even hold the crown? I mean, he's got no hair, and it might just fall off.
I really did knit that hat for you because I admire you, and I will send you another raspberry beret. You can reject it, but I'll send you another one. But my question to you is, as ruler, will you be able to maintain a separation of church and state? Can you guarantee it?
Oh, Rabinka, you better believe that there will be no church in this state, all right? No church. God? Who is he? I'm not going to wear a frickin' robe anymore, all right? I'm not going to do a staff. I'm not going to do a scepter. You can keep your jewels.
Dogfen, Jesus, come on.
I never noticed him like that before, but today, taking off his robes, is powerful.
He seems to have lost his faith. And that is not a good thing.
It's all theatre. Everything is theatre. Everything is lies and spectacle and decorum. You know what? I think with that hot seat, I, in a way, made the declaration that I know nothing. And I think I'm okay with that.
We've got 2 more to go. And I'm frankly getting a little bit bothered by Dogfen's choice of attire now as he sits there in his knickers. But we will continue.
Hat maker Rabinka, I'm frankly still a little hurt, from your confession earlier. Hurt because I've lied to people, right? And you've lied to people too. This one it hurt, like right here. So, Rabinka, how do you plan on re-entering right here the hearts of me and the town people?
I will prove my good nature by holding a festival. As soon as I'm made queen, I will bestow you with that land I promised you, Cassiopeia, and I will have a festival, and in order to pay for it, I will collect more taxes.
She should know something about hats, which is useful, but I don't know if that's useful in a court or in a kingdom per se, something that was a decision-making type deal. So, dang, I'm tired of Queen Rabinka.
Queen Rabinka, I've gotten your other hat. The fine, dandy hat indeed. You're a fine hat maker. Why be queen? Is being a hat maker not enough for you?
I enjoy making hats. I would enjoy teaching this skill to others. And in fact, that's what I'll do if I don't win this competition. But I believe that what I've learned through the patience of hat making, the care and attention that I've given to each and every hat that passed through my hands, I will do with this land. I will do with this kingdom. And each and every person that comes to me, I will treat them as I would a quality hat.
I am not a hat.
I don't know. She's absolutely lied throughout this entire thing, and I can't help but to empathize with her.
You always talk about taxes, and one of the concerns that I don't trust any policy decision you would make, but would you tax alcohol?
Well, as we all know, it is already taxed at a very high rate in order to keep people from desiring so much alcohol. And so I would have to say that you may see an increase, a little, just a little, because truly, Brent, look at how it's harmed you. If I could remove that kind of harm from more people by making it less amenable and easy to get it, then perhaps I could help the kingdom.
My, what a buzzkill.
She wants to raise taxes on alcohol!
I hope they understand that when I win, anyone who crossed me during this game will be crushed.
It's hard for me to bring this up, but there has been talk, at least in this house, about your anger and how unmanageable it can be. As a ruler, will you commit to going into a management program that could help you address your anger issues?
I absolutely will go into a management program. I'll do 2 steps above that. I'll have advisors. I'll have peace within myself.
Teddy, I'm someone from the streets. I recognize the behaviors of somebody on performance enhancers. And I just wanted to ask, would you be on that all the time when you're sitting on the throne?
I wouldn't, no. It wouldn't be that, no.
Like, I felt bad, but now I don't. Like, damn, Teddy. I don't know. Be more empathetic. What's going on, bud?
I was feeling enhanced, and now I'm feeling like I'm missing something. Did Teddy drug me?
I don't have a problem with your tiny size. And even your drug use can be overlooked because you're a fairy. You're different than the rest of us. But it has been whispered, and I'd like you to address this. Mommy issues.
What about my mom? I ask for clarification.
Yes, can you be more specific?
What, that she doesn't, that I give her everything and she doesn't love me back? That I put everything I have to create a foundation, and what comes at me, nothing but neglect?
Oh, okay,
That
Ted.
I have to go and run away from my own hometown because she starts rumors of how indecent of a person I am?
Edward, that's enough.
I don't know if you'd make a good ruler, but you make an excellent friend. A troubled friend, but an excellent friend.
He showed me some fungi in the garden. I don't know, he said just take it. I'm probably going to take some later. I don't know what it's going to do, but I need some inspiration.
Something just snapped in me. I don't know. I became I became a ruler. That's what happened there.
The challenge has been completed. You've seen what these people are made of. And now they will enjoy one final dinner. My. Dogfin, why are you shirtless?
Am I not wearing a shirt, Mr. Flynn?
I must say that looks wonderful on you, Dogfin.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Thank you.
Jesus. You know what? It's the last night. I'm not going to fuss over it. If you guys are comfortable with a shirtless helmet amongst your myths, then whatever. Enjoy this dinner as I deliberate who is the next ruler of Arin.
Teddy?
Yes, Gwen.
Would you mind passing the salt unless you intend to put something else in my food tonight?
I wouldn't dream of it. No, here you go.
Thank you.
Teddy, you got any more of that around? Because I'm feeling a little bored.
Okay, why is everyone talking about the drugs? Yes, tried drug enhancing once, 1 week, and it affected me negatively. Okay, everyone? But whatever happened to Gwen, that was not me. And you know what? I'll tell you guys a little secret. Careful what you're eating. A lot of my fairy dust was stolen. So there.
I don't know what I've consumed, but the fungi in the garden, boy, I'm feeling so connected to all of you. You're all such great people.
There's a hair in my food. Dog Fig, is this your body hair?
Well, I don't know. I suppose, like any good old dog, I've been shedding all over the place.
And I'm not scared of this competition, and I'm not scared of the outcome because I know.
Why
matter what?
are you wearing that crown? It's meaningless.
You are psychotic.
No. I am not. I am queen material. I wouldn't have entered this competition if I didn't think I was.
Rebinka, clearly you're scared if you had to lie so much. You didn't think that your status as hat maker was good enough, so you lied to be queen? Of course you're scared.
We're all scared
Exactly
of
my point.
living, because as soon as we're born and we start living, we're only moving towards dying. So if you're not scared of death, you're crazy. Yes, I'm scared.
Wow, that's a bummer.
I don't trust anything you're going to say, honestly, because you're going to raise taxes on alcohol. So screw you.
I think it's weird that Brent is calling, Queen Rebinka a poser when he's constantly escaping his own problems through alcohol. But
I think it's weird that you're saying anything to me, frankly, because you're the one who took my alcohol in the first place.
to sell it because Queen Rebinka told me to.
I was trying to help you. Brent.
And where is Teddy in all this? I feel like he's not even paying attention to all of us. Where is he?
He's
I'm
here.
eating food. It's a dinner. What is wrong with you people? You can't. 5 weeks I spent with you, and you can't look to your left. Ah.
Oh, Teddy, it's okay. It's okay. Take a deep
No,
breath.
don't. I'm Hatmaker Rabinka. I don't need this calm down voice. You want to call me out, Gwen? Here I am. I'm right in your face now, standing on the table. That's right. You want to say something? Say it.
I want to say I miss our talks.
And I loved you, but you ruined that.
No!
Get that away. I think.
Let the healing begin, folks.
Oh,
Just
shut up,
let
Doc.
it begin.
Don't talk to him like that.
Hey.
Oh.
All right. As you can see, I have my serious face on. It's time. After plenty of deliberation, I can say this. Rabinka,
Yes, thank you.
you are not next in line.
What? What do you mean? For my services for crown making and hat making to the future ruler. I'll be there for you. I'm there for you.
You finished this competition with 3 points. Teddy, you are not next in line. I know.
Fine.
You end this competition with 4 points. Cassiopeia, you are not next in line.
It's garbage, it's trash, but I'll take it.
You end this competition with 5 points.
Jesus Christ. Fuck. It's like I didn't do anything.
I would have been your right-hand woman, Cassie.
I'm glad you're not.
Brent, you are not next in line. You finished this competition with 5 points.
That's fine. Hats off. I hope we all be friends after this, as much animosity as we all have to each other.
Between Dogfen and Gwendolyn George, both of you presented yourselves quite well in this last competition. I will say, one of you did slightly better. 1 point was the difference. Dogfen, you are next in line with 6 points.
Guess I have a hat maker job.
Oh, I don't know what to say, Mr. Flynn. Well, I don't want it. I'm giving a piece to Teddy for being the greatest fairy I ever knew. And I'm giving a piece to Brent for being a drunken bastard and owning up to it. I'm giving a piece to Cassiopeia for being a poor person and knowing that it didn't make her any less of a human being. I give a piece to Rabinka for being an absolute horrid liar, but being a queen in her own right. And I give a piece to Gwendolyn George for always treating me with kindness and compassion. We're all rulers.
You're a very beautiful man, Dogfen. Here's the thing. This wasn't real. I mean, I just...
What do you mean? What do you mean this was? I lived here for 5 weeks.
You mean like fairies aren't real?
Like that.
No, you all are clearly real. This competition wasn't real. This castle is just abandoned.
What?
Yeah.
So wait, there's no real kingdom to be had?
No.
So you're a liar?
Yeah.
Are you working with Rabinka? What is going on?
No, I'm not working with anybody. So, you know, I'm a producer, and
what?
I just make programs for people.
What exactly is it that you hope to gain from telling us the truth?
Oh, nothing. I was just messing with you guys. It's just, you know, I'm this was a TV show that I produced. I know that you guys don't know what a TV show is, but yeah.
Okay, this is just the fungus I ate, right? This is not real.
Is this the fairy dust, Teddy? Is this your doing?
This
something in me. I don't know. He's a liar. You're lying.
You guys are all really messed up people. Like, for real, like, this has been amazing. You guys have provided so much entertainment for the people at home that, like, wow, thank you. Thank you so much. And you know what? To the people at home, thank you for tuning in.
Let's get them, guys.
Yeah.
I have to go. So this has been Next in Line. Goodbye. Yeah, that's me. See? You may be wondering how I got in this predicament. Well, I'll tell you. My name is Tony Kukoc, no relation. And I am a big-time Hollywood producer. I specialize in high concept work, which is why I invented time traveling, so that I can go back anytime or forward anytime and make whatever show I want wherever I want.
Great Scott!
And I'm looking for ideas for our next season. So why don't you drop into the comments what you'd like to see next in our reality realm, and maybe we'll make it. For now, this is Tony Kukoc, and you've been watching Next in Line. Just kidding, I don't sound like
the Villain Theater Saturday stand-up show. Thank you so much for everyone who's here. We have some people live in the audience. Give it up to Bud Heckman and Annette. We're just now starting to allow people to join our Zoom rooms when we have our shows, which is a really cool thing because you get to meet the comics in a virtual sense. I mean, how amazing. It's honestly a blessing that we can share ourselves with all of you. So it's such a pleasure. Thank you to all those who are watching on YouTube as well. If you are having a lot of fun, definitely leave some comments, get your drink on, start drunk commenting. I mean, really, we want you to have balls to the wall fun. But this show, also give it up for all of the shows that have been on tonight. We had the Next in Line finale. Holy moly. I mean, I'm shook. Shook is the word. I have no other words. And Space Time, First Contact, lots of great shows at Villain Theater, and we are committed to doing those for you every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. And for those who are watching who think, oh, I want to be booked on a stand-up show sometime, well, we have a Tuesday open mic, so definitely check that out. You can sign up starting at 1 p.m. every Tuesday, and those are all in Eastern time. But enough about that business. A little bit about me. Like I said, my name is Anastasia. I moved to the United States when I was 3 years old. And when I moved to the US, we moved to an area in North Florida called Anastasia Island. I mean, I remember walking around and being like, Anastasia Street, Anastasia State Park, Anastasia Strip Club. And there's when you see your name in lights, that's when you know you're gonna be a star. It's true. I am, as far as I know, I'm pretty Russian. I thought I was like 100% Russian, but I recently did the ancestry test, so I know a little bit. And I found out that I also have family from Finland, which is shocker. We're like, who, what, where, why, how. But I realized like that's why I'm such a procrastinator, because I'm always rushing to finish. Gotta get the dad jokes going. Fire people up. I always say I can't wait to be a mom so I could do dad jokes. And so that's my mark on saying screw you patriarchy. They're mom jokes. Yeah. It's been a hard week. I know this is a comedy show, but Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. R.I.P. RBG. I cried a lot yesterday, and my parents are like, they always try to tell me, they're like, oh, Anastasia, it's not a big deal. It's not like it's a family member. I'm like, this is literally worse. Literally worse. I love my family. My family they're super supportive of everything I do. They love my boyfriend, which is cool. Like, you love when that happens. It's at that time when people around me are asking me, they're like, so are you gonna move in together? I'm like, no, screw that. I'm an independent woman. I would much rather assert my independence by living with my parents. We've been talking a lot. Like, we've been hanging out a lot lately with my parents and I, because I don't go anywhere. It's much like when I was a teenager. I mean, the pandemic is literally like when I was a teenager, because I cannot go anywhere. Like, I'm not allowed to go anywhere. And I'm mostly talking to my boyfriend on Animal Crossing. It's a weird manifesting. But I was talking to my parents the other day. I'm like, okay, listen. So I just want to understand more about my childhood. And I asked my mom, like, Mom, I remember I wanted to play soccer. And you said no. You said, no, Anastasia, you cannot play football. Because if you play football, you'll break your legs, you'll have crooked legs, and no man will ever want to marry you. And I was 7. And I asked my dad, like, Dad, why did you never let me get braces? I mean, he would be like, Нет, Anastasia, you know what we used to do to kids with braces back in Russia? They used to beat up kids with braces back in Russia. I will not have that for my daughter. I will not. My dad is also the guy from The Room. Such an honor to know a celebrity. And now I'm like, okay, so I have straight legs, crooked teeth, and still no husband. What gives? My parents go, Anastasia, we weren't protecting you from anything. We were just poor. Those things cost money. But my family members, it's been quite an adventure. I look at photos of them way back when, and I just want to know, like, I wish I could ask them when they took these photos, like, who hurt you? I mean, the answer is probably like Stalin, but still. I mean, yeah, like you're looking at someone whose great aunt got Stalin reparations. Like, we did those. They gave Stalin reparations, and in the United States, they can't figure any of that shit out. So that's facts. But I was looking at this photo of my great grandma from her engagement. Happiest moment of her life. It's as if she was just like, da, Pavel, I will marry you. Let's take photo to celebrate happiest moment of our lives. Fast forward a bit. Baby's born. I've been in labor for 72 hours. We've been trying for 9 years. Let's take photo to celebrate the start of our family. Zoom into my placenta-covered grandfather, just like. And then unfortunately, my great-grandmother did have to pass away. It happens. We all know. It's okay. And she looked so peaceful at her wake. The photo of her at her wake, she's just like, maybe I won't be born in Russia next life. My parents don't really like when I talk about these things, but they don't really like anything because they're Russian. I mean, we all know, we've all heard of the Cold War, right? We know the Cold War. I've heard of her. Cold War, just a term for resting bitch face. That's how we do it in the USSR, baby. All right, that's my time. But we have a lot of great comedians coming up for you tonight. Thank you. All right, this next comedian, you will actually be able to see him in his drag persona next weekend on the Villain Theater YouTube. Put your hands together for Gray!
Woo! Yeah! Woo!
Hello. Thank you to the Villain Theater for having me and for doing these virtual shows. It's really cool.
Woo!
This is depressing, right? To watch a guy perform comedy in his living room, 300 you while you're alone. Like, I must have not watched this episode of Black Mirror, but I'm not a fan so far. I'm not. I mean, you can even look. I'm social distancing from my camera right now. I trust no bitch. Trust no bitch. And it's really weird, just the way that everything has changed, in our society. Like, the first thing I have to do when I get up in the morning is figure out what day it is. Every day, though. Like, I just feel like I'm hung over constantly, but I never remember drinking. So that's just like the vibe of society at the moment. And speaking of drinking, like Corona, man, the beer company, like, you gotta feel bad for them a little bit, right? Because no one's dying of Coca-Cola-itis, you know? Mountain Dew sclerosis isn't appearing on any death certificates in the near future. And I just can't help but feel like the executives of all the other beer companies, you know, Heineken, Coors, they're all just sitting around a dimly lit table, rubbing their hands, going, good, good. And just watching Corona, the beer company, crumble in flames. But it's crazy times we live in, guys. Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away yesterday. R.I.P. RBG, like Anastasia said. It really is heartbreaking, though. She was a champion of women's rights, champion for gay rights. You know, we've had gay marriage longer than the Confederacy was around. Thank you, Daphne on Facebook, for sharing that. Thank you. But I was excited for gay marriage, if you can't tell. I was particularly excited for gay divorce. And you get a lot of shit for this, but hear me out, okay? Because gay divorce court sounds amazing, okay? I could watch Tony and Rick fight over teacup poodles and Madonna vinyls like all day. All day. That's the programming I want during this quarantine. And I remember being a young gay man entering the scene, and it can be confusing at first. It's overwhelming because everyone has their position. You know, there's the hierarchy. You have your tops, your bottoms, your flip-flops. Everyone is something a little bit different, and you got to find your place in there. Like, I remember, an early encounter, I somehow ended up on the ceiling, he was under the bed, and then he was outside the door, and, we just ended up calling the whole thing Cirque du Soleil presents Homo. It didn't go down well for anyone. So eventually, you figure it out, and you realize you don't have time for any of that, and you just get this side up tattooed on your ass and call it a day. Really all you need. But everyone has that moment, I think, in college especially, when we're questioning, feeling a little experimental. I found my way to a woman. I know. Don't tell my parents. If they knew I could be straight, it would break their hearts. It really. And it really struck me because this was the first time I saw a woman and cared more about what was underneath her bra than if it came in my size. So it was quite jarring. It was. And speaking of bras, I remember this time my dad tried to give me, one of those Playboys as a kid, because, just a little encouragement. And I remember my only thought about it being, their lingerie is terrible. Girls in October? But this girl was different. She wasn't no girl in the magazine. And I decided to, work my moves on her a little bit, be funny. And, tried it. I took her back to my place, feeling myself, I take her hands, I'm looking in her eyes, and I give that bitch some highlights and a manicure. She needed it. All right, thank you guys so much.
Woo! Good for Gray, everyone!
Hold it up for Gray.
Yeah! Oh my goodness, Gray and I went to college together, and we recently reconnected. I'm like, you were fun, and I want you on my show, because that's how it is. Speaking of my show, on next weekend, I'm actually going to be having my show, 26 Candles, a sketch comedy show. It's a fundraiser show for the Catalyst Miami and the Sharing is Caring Foundation in honor of my birthday, because I'm that bitch. It happens. Some people are born this way. It's a curse and a blessing. But we're currently doing a fundraiser right now to help both of these organizations. Sharing is Caring Foundation, right now the big project that they're working on is for Christmas to adopt some foster kids and give them, toys and love. And we all know it's been a tough year, so that's a mission that I really care about. And then also Catalyst Miami works in Miami locally to help with financial and health education. I don't know why I can't speak. Clearly I need some education as well. But they do a lot of great stuff. A lot of advocacy and a lot of awesome things. So if you are interested in supporting great causes and even if you're just wanting to watch some sketch comedy, next weekend, 8:30 p.m., it's going to be 26 Candles, a sketch show. So that's my personal plug. But up next, this comedian, one of our villain favorites. She has performed on our stage multiple times, multiple shows, our virtual stage, of course. And hopefully one day we'll have her on our stage in Miami. But for now, coming to you from Illinois, put your hands together for Miriam Sobe, everyone.
Thank you, Anastasia. Give it up to Anastasia, Villain Theater, Gray, who just went up. Awesome. You guys are awesome. It's great to be here with all of you guys and have a great fun night. So I don't know about you guys, but I've been getting really excited about face masks. I mean, all the designs, the colors, the patterns, like it's a lot of fun, isn't it? It kind of reminds me about my teenage years in Saudi Arabia. But back then it was all like, how do you play up your eyes when it's the biggest and only asset you have available? So yeah, I'm actually convinced that Saudi women invented false eyelashes. It was the only thing to work with. What are you gonna do? But I've been getting emails from Victoria's Secret that they are selling face masks, and I'm just like, who's gonna pay $10 to have an underwear logo on your face while you walk around? I don't know. Maybe some people like that. But I realize, it's cultural appropriation. Okay, I should have gotten on this trend when it first started. I should have been making money off of these masks. Sheesh. And you know what else? You know what else about the cultural appropriation? Victoria's Secret realized what Muslims have known all along. If you wondered why we have so many kids, because a little mystery never hurt anyone. Okay? Those face veils, face masks aren't just for the coronavirus. All right. So something I noticed about white people during quarantine is they're super friendly now, everybody's just like, hi, hello, they see you outside across the street. And the other day I was going for a walk and this lady was like, hello. And I'm looking, Betty Sue, is that you? Oh, you're not scared of me anymore? Oh, that's right. Because we all look the same. Everybody looks like a Muslim. So yeah, it's kind of hard to hate people when you look like them. All right. So yeah, a little bit about me. I've been married for 14 years. And it's a long time to be married. Yes, and I'm only 28, so yeah, it's a really long time. And if you're trying to calculate the age there, I prefer the term teen bride. It's a lot more politically correct. And if you actually thought that was true, I'm flattered you think I'm that young, but also check your bias. I'm just saying. Yeah, so we recently found out that my husband might be deported, and of course, all the white people in my life are freaking out. And they're like, oh my gosh, Miriam, what are you going to do? Do you want us to have like a protest? Do you need us to sign petitions? What are you going to do about this? And I'm just like, don't worry about it. It's handled, okay? Easiest divorce ever. The only baggage involved are the bags he's going to take to the airport. Hi, honey. See you never. There's a silver lining. Stop getting upset about immigration. It works for some of us and some of us don't really care. Yeah, that's my PSA. What else can I tell you? So I had this boss who was really into my scarf, the hijab, and every time he would talk to me, he would get really slow motion and be like, all covered up. And I'm like, dude, I'm not wearing a sleeping bag and I can hear you. And when I was going to have my daughter, he's like, Miriam, so when your daughter's born, is she going to be all covered up? I was like, really? You think we're crazy? Like our babies are born with headscarves on? Okay. We wait until they're at least 6 months old before we oppress them. For everything. Man, one day I was in his office having small talk because that's what you do with the boss, right? And he goes and he pulls a hair off of his shirt and he's like, "Oh man, I hate when that happens." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I hate when that happens too. Static electricity, right?" And he's like, "Oh, but how does that happen to you? You're all covered up." I just looked at him. I was like, "You tell me, Jim, because you're bald." Yeah. So 1 second, I'm getting thirsty. And that's water, in case you're wondering. So that was my boss. Yeah, he was kind of strange. But I had a coworker named John who was also really into my scarf. And he would always ask to see my hair. And it's okay, I get it, people are curious. But it got to the point where he was like, "Can I just see a picture of your hair? Like, how much is it gonna cost? I'm willing to pay $100, $200. And I was like, "Oh," and then I just thought to myself, well, is this what it feels like to be propositioned? Like, it's never happened to me. So I just photoshopped my face onto Ariana Grande's body and I emailed it to him. It was the fastest cash I ever made. I'm not gonna lie, it was some good money. But unfortunately, the good thing is he left me alone after that. But unfortunately, I found out he was harassing other covered up Muslim women in the city because apparently he thinks we're all celebrity lookalikes underneath, which we are. But you'll never know because we're all covered up. That's the bonus there. So let me tell you a little bit about where I used to work. I used to work in radio, and it's been about a year exactly since I quit radio to try to do something with my life that had no meaning. Just to do something with my life, get out of radio. And it's interesting because when people found out that I worked in radio, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, do you meet celebrities? Do you interview famous people? Like, how cool is that?" And I'm just like, okay. And then I tell them where I worked, the radio station. They'd be like, "Oh, my grandparents listen to that station." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I work with them." The average age of my coworker was about 72, and no signs of retiring anytime soon. So a lot of no job options for people in the industry. The other thing is that radio really, like, the audiences were getting older, and nobody was really listening to radio anymore. And so one time my boss came to me and the other younger people in the office, and he's like, "Miriam, so do you have any suggestions? Like, what can we do to keep young people listening? Our audience is literally dying off." And I'm like, well, maybe you should change the commercials because everything was pancreatic insufficiency, sleep apnea, Viagra. Every 5 minutes, literally Viagra was like their #1 seller. And if none of that stuff, we're also advertised cremation services. So it was an all one service. And I was just like, maybe if you stop playing, people would listen, but nobody listens to me. So anyone here homeschooled in their life? Know of homeschoolers? Have thoughts about homeschooling? Okay, if you have the thoughts about homeschool, let me tell you, they're all a bunch of weirdos, people that homeschool. And I can say that because I homeschooled for a couple of years growing up. And the time when I was homeschooling, it's before Zoom schooling, okay? It wasn't cool. There weren't computers around. Well, there were computers, but you know what I mean. So the only other people that were homeschooling the time we were homeschooling in the area we lived were evangelical Christians. And it was perfect because we fit right in. We were like evangelical Muslims. My parents so conservative. And so, we had so much in common. We said things like television is going to rot your brain, and like Greek mythology, we're not going to learn that. That's blasphemous. And Halloween is the devil's birthday. So we really got along perfectly fine. And so every Tuesday we would get together with all of the holy rollers at the roller skating rink. And we'd jam to Christian rock and skate around. And one time when I went, this friend that I made there was like, "Miriam, my mom wanted to ask you a question." And so I was like, "Oh, what does she want to know?" So she took me over. We skated over to her mom, who was sitting in a booth at the snack bar breastfeeding 5 kids. And she was like, "Miriam, can you teach me how to say Jesus died for you in Arabic?" And I was like, "Oh, well, let me try to cobble together my broken Arabic. I guess I'm kind of cool. I speak another language here." And so I told it to her and she was like, "Oh, goody. We're going to teach that to the Afghan boy in the hospital." People in Afghanistan don't speak Arabic. And even I knew that at 9 years old, which brings me to this public service announcement, how to tell if you're racist. Okay. Every time you see me, you ask me how my husband Mohammed is doing. You've known me for over a decade. His name is Abdullah. Not all Muslims are named Mohammed. Okay. I'll go to my kids' school in the before times and people will be like, Mrs. Mohammed, or kids would come up to me and be like, are you Muhammad's mom? I'm like, I am not the mother of all the Muslim children here. Okay. It's called birth control. I only had 2. I don't get it. But yeah. So one day I was in Target shopping with my kids and we were walking around, and every aisle we go, there's this older white woman following me, and I'm having like a trigger moment here, like, uh-oh, she wants to talk to me about Jesus. And she comes up and she's like, excuse me, ma'am, I just wanted to commend you on your English. Where did you learn to speak like that? And I just turned to her and I was like, well, thank you, ma'am, for noticing my accent. I've been working on it to sound like the big city folks. Yeah, it was kind of weird. But I was crossing the street in my neighborhood the other day, and this guy walked by and he whispered, ISIS. And I just turned to him and I was like, Allahu Akbar. Because like, why would you provoke me if you thought I was a terrorist? Like, does that even seem like a smart move? I don't know. I just, that's the first thing that popped in my head. But I'll leave you with this final thing. I was in downtown Chicago. We have this huge hospital, and I was walking by there the other day, and there was an older couple sitting on a bench, and they started motioning for me to come over. And I'm like, looking, I'm like, you're talking to me? Like, I don't know who you are. Like, what is this? And they kept saying, come here. So I came over and they were like, thank you so much. Thank you. And they couldn't really speak English very well. And I was just like, thanking me for what? Like, we couldn't really communicate. Then the older gentleman got up off the bench and gave me a big hug. And again, this is before Corona times. It was okay. And I was just like, what's happening? Then he went and he pant leg to show me a row of stitches. And that's when I realized he thought I was his Muslim doctor. In that case, the racism is okay. You're welcome. I can be a doctor for the day. I'm Miriam. So thank you so much, Anastasia and Villain Theater, for having me on tonight.
Woo! Get up for Miriam.
Yeah.
And you can check her out on Facebook. Look at Miriam Stove. She has these specials called News with a Bite, where she tells you the hot headlines with a hot take. So get your hot tea ready because it's spilling. Simmering down. Another hot. It's too much. Okay, guys, we are at the time for our headliner for the night. I am so excited to bring her out. She has her own show called Let's Go ATSUKO, a woke Japanese game show. Has an album called But I Can Control Me, and also was a writer for Eric Andre's show. Put your hands together for ATSUKO OKATSUKA!
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Am I here?
Yes, you're here.
Woo! Keep it going for everyone you've seen tonight. Keep it going for everyone. What a time. What a time. Am I really as large as I feel like I am on this thing? Look.
Larger than life.
Larger than life. We are here, and oh my goodness, this is fine. Everything is fine. No, everything is not fine. You know what? Let me tell you something. This is a time where really encouraging words are very important, just encouraging words and positivity, But let me tell you, I have not been finding it that encouraging when people tell me, hey, at least you're still alive. Hey, at least you're still alive. Cool. Yes, I am. Yeah, but look at the circumstances. I have a UTI. I was so focused on not getting COVID. I was just like, I'm not gonna get COVID. I got a UTI. You know what I mean? I was just sitting there holding my pee. I'm not gonna get COVID. I got a UTI. Okay. I'm shouting into a laptop right now. Okay, look at the circumstances. Hey, at least you're still alive. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Yes. No. I know. You know why? I don't think, I'm starting to think just being at least alive doesn't really do anything for me, truly does. No, I never wake up excited just to take breaths. You know what I mean? That is the lowest bar to be thankful about, at least you're still alive. When you would hear that, like, this is the kind of circumstance you would hear, hey, at least you're still alive. Circumstances like this, like, oh my God, what happened to him? Well, he got in a car accident and hasn't talked since. Well, at least he's still alive. You know what I mean? That's when someone is just barely a step above being dead. You know what I mean? That's you know what's at least alive? The green onions on my windowsill. You know what I mean? That's they're doing basic living. You know what I mean? And what? Just sitting in a body of water, waiting for me to cut the top of them off to put in my stir fry. That's what you're comparing me to. You know what I mean? And yes, I'm still talking. Hey, at least you're still alive. Look, that's assuming I ever wanted to be here in the first place. Okay. No, for real though. Like all of us, we're really trying so hard, considering, like, truly all of us. Okay, like being birthed is the ultimate. I thought you'd like this, you know, situation that we were all pushed into. Okay, none of us had a say. You know, we all come out crying, is what I'm saying. You know why? You know why? Because it was all a surprise, okay? It was our mother's idea. They were like, here's a gift, here's a surprise. You live here now. You live here now. Open your eyes, you know? Meanwhile, we're crying because our first breath hurts. What is this place? Cut to an adult grown man in the same hospital room sneezing 30 times in a row. Just, Achoo! You're like, oh my God, what's that? That's your father. That is your father. He cannot get it together. Okay, at least that's how I was born. Okay, to a sneezing man. All right. So let me whine a little bit. Okay, let me complain a little bit. At least you're still alive. Cool. I can't go outside because there's wildfires here. I'm in LA. There's been wildfires like crazy. You know, just truly, and it got bigger last week because I don't know if you heard, someone decided to have a gender reveal party. We had the crazy 7,000 acres burned, okay? Because everyone needs to know. These parents were like, everyone needs to know. Our babies, everyone needs to know. 7,000 acres were burned, okay? Literally, the skies were red. We could not breathe, okay? And come to find out, we never found out the gender. Like, it was like whole week later, I was like, excuse me, did we ever find out the gender of that baby? Because we are still covered in ashes over here. You know what I mean? What? Oh, now suddenly they want privacy. Oh, suddenly we haven't heard it from these parents at all. They were suddenly like, oh no, nobody needs to know where we live. You know what? We don't even need to know the gender of our baby. Suddenly they want privacy. You know what I'm fucking pissed. Of course I'm pissed. What? Shouldn't gender reveal parties be thrown by the person it pertains to? Then it would be up to the person to decide if they're excited enough about their gender to blow something up. Okay? It should be up to them if they're excited enough, you know? Jesus freaking Christ. And here's the thing, this might be an unpopular opinion. Nobody cares about the gender of your baby, okay? Nobody cares. In fact, nobody cares about your baby's name. Nobody cares. Look, we pretend to your baby's face, oh my God, it's so beautiful. We do not care. We do not think twice about your baby. Nobody cares. You know why? Because we are a selfish species. I know this. We are a selfish species. Yes. The other day, I watched a YouTube video of a baby taking its first steps ever. A baby taking its first steps. Of course, I looked down. Guess what? Boom. 562 dislikes. Can you imagine being the parents? This is the best day of our lives. They post this video on YouTube. 562 people. Fuck you. Get the fuck off. Nobody fucking cares. People, they do not care about your baby. You know why? Here's the thing, okay? I need to care. Like, the only reason I care about something, and the person needs to have a story to tell, you know? Why do we care about Joan Joan at Trader Joe's or Samantha at yoga because they have a story to tell. I don't get your blob away from my face. Tell me when the baby's got something for me, you know what I'm saying, that I can benefit from. I sound like a Republican. It's gotta be. If we were gonna blow up something and 7,000 acres are gonna be burned, oh my God, your baby better have a cure for cancer. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, I do sound like a Republican. I'm just, look, I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back a little, okay? It's been hard. Today was hard after RBG died, and I live in such a bubble. I decided to take a walk, and I was feeling it. Literally, like 5 minutes after I heard she died, I went to take a walk, and you start feeling like a sense of camaraderie when you're going through something. You're like, everyone's going through this. I saw a woman on my walk who looked really down, so I just said, hey, it really freaking sucks, huh? And without blinking an eye, she just goes, what, COVID? And I was like, fuck, maybe I am taking it too personally, maybe it's just me. I was like, you haven't, what, you still have dial-up? What do you mean you haven't heard? We're in LA. She's like, what, COVID? It's like one time I was at the airport and this old woman was sitting next to me. She said, what do you do? When I told her I was a comedian, literally without missing a beat, she said, a comedian? You mean just like Bill Cosby? And I was like, God. I can't even imagine. I don't have the time, so I just said, yes, just like Bill Cosby, like I forget. Some people don't, so just landlines. It's fine. I can't. I want to finish strong, voting is coming up, and here's the thing. This is where I'm at in the pandemic. I got really emotional telling someone the other day. I said, my grandmother marched for the right to vote so that I could, only to realize that she didn't do that. But I was already in near tears, on FaceTime telling this person. I was like, my grandmother marched for the right to vote so that I could. And it hit me. I was like, oh my God, that wasn't her, yeah, it wasn't. But I had to stick to the lie. I had to stick to the lie because I already said so much, Look, the women's suffrage happened in 1918. My grandma wasn't there, but I was thinking about somebody else. I was like, oh, my grandma, that was my grandma, but I had to stick to the lie. So now every time I talk to this person, this friend on FaceTime, I have to deal with them being like, so how's your 120-year-old grandmother? And I have to be like, she's still kicking. Still kicking, and you betcha she's gonna vote this November too. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, am I a liar? I was like, fuck, am I a liar? Yes. Did I lie just then? Yes, I did. Do I lie a lot? I don't know. Did I one time tell a Trader Joe's employee that my kids really love their muffins? Yeah, I did. Do I have kids? Not at all. Not at all. But I had to stick to the lie, So now every time I see that cashier at Trader Joe's, I have to deal with him being like, so, how are your twins? And I have to be like, they're still kicking. They're still kicking. Just like my 120-year-old grandmother, and yeah. But you can tell a lot about a person's past based on how they act. And I'll end on this. Empathy building. You can tell a lot about a person's past by the way they act. Before the pandemic, I was, guess where? At Trader Joe's again. And I was just, this is before the pandemic, I was just minding my own business when this woman bumped into me. I bumped into her lightly, very light bump, to which she fucking freaked out. She screamed, she was like, ah! Ah! She like held her purse away from me, from a light bump. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, like, where did you come from? No, seriously, like where are you from? Because wherever that is, you can't go back there. You know, that was a scary place, you know, to warrant that kind of response from a light bump, you know. And I was like, look, I would stay here and comfort you more, but I've got twins in the car and they're still kicking, so gotta go check up on them, you know. Anyhow, that was a weird set for me. Thank you so much. I've been ATSUKO. Keep it going for Anastasia and the Villain Theater. Woo! Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Amazing. Thank you so much to our audience members, both on YouTube and live in our Zoom room. Yes, give it up for them. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to bring these shows to all of you. Who knows what the future holds with digital shows and real life and all that stuff, but it's nice to come together. And if anyone is ever in Miami, definitely come by Villain Theater. You know, it's a very fun space. We have a lot of fun shows, and anyone here, let me know. And tickets on the house. I gotcha. But thank you guys so much. I'm gonna take a little selfie with the comics. But you could get into Annette, your camera's off, so I don't know what's up there. She laughed. Yay! Oh, my arms just saying, yeah, yay! Cool. Thank you all so much. It was such a pleasure to perform with all of these fellow comics. Thank you for our audience members, and keep on checking out the Villain Theater social media page for more shows, and check out all of the comics on their respective pages. That's it. Peace out.
Bye.
All right.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Well,